Later in the show, I'll tell you all about a historic moment at Buckingham Palace today. Marvellous. But before that, the row over whether Angela Rayner paid enough tax when she sold her house in 2015 has gone on for more than a month now, and it's showing absolutely no signs of going anywhere fast. Yesterday, the Mail on Sunday claims to have fresh evidence that the Labour deputy leader did not correctly outline her tax arrangements. And today, Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer said nobody is interested in this issue. Well, I'm interested in it, and so is this man next to me, because I'm joined in the studio by former Labour MP Stephen Pound. Stephen, thanks for coming to the studio.
My pleasure. I've just recovered from seeing that picture of the French Guard Republican marching into Buckingham Palace. I mean, dear old Lord, what were we fighting for?
The French have actually done something good. I'll come to that in a bit.
Okay.
Let's get back to Ms. Rayner. Now, do you think that this would have gone away a long time ago if she just said, do you know what? It was a chaotic period of my life. We all have chaotic lives. I made a mistake. Here's the tax bill. Instead, is the cover-up or whatever, is the conversation around it making it worse?
Well, this is, I mean, Alistair Campbell's rule, if you remember, was if it's still news after 9 days, you're in trouble. And I think the problem with this is the Tories are in a fairly dire place at the moment, so they'll seize on anything to have a pop. I think to defend Angela Rayner by saying that, it's because she's a northern lass, I think that's fairly spurious. Look, the reality is she was at that particular time, she was moving in with her present husband, got the 2 kids. It was a complicated time. But as far as I can say, if she simply says, here is the evidence of the advice I was given. If the advice I was given was wrong, hands up, £1,500, here you are. If the advice I was given was correct, then let's forget about it and move on. But at the moment, the more we talk about it, the more kind of defensiveness there is, then the deeper we're in.
And, she maintains her innocence, that she's done nothing wrong. Is this also, though, Stephen, a question of double standards? Because she has been in the past very quick to say, if you make a mistake, you should resign, particularly around Boris Johnson. And now she's been kind of put out there in the spotlight herself. It's almost like different rules apply.
Well, I'm not entirely sure that there's a read across between what Boris Johnson got up to and what Angela Rayner is accused of doing. I think that's fairly different degrees of importance there.
No, but the accountability and taking account of your actions.
Precisely. Which is why I think 2 things. Firstly, if it was deliberate that, she was somehow trying to fiddle £1,500, then I think I'm amazed that she's actually gone down this route, and I just don't think,
Which she denies doing, of course.
Absolutely, and I just simply don't see that happening. If it is, that she was given wrong information and wrong advice, then let's see it. Let's just move on from that. But at the moment, it's not necessarily a tempest in a teacup. But what it is, it's just something that the Tories are desperately trying to grab onto anything, and they'll take this. Of course they will. And I think that the fact that in the past, Angela and the party generally, we've been fairly robust when it comes to actually outing people for that, does rather bounce back at us.
Do you think it will come back to bite the Labour Party on the behind, or is there such momentum now behind change in the country, it will just kind of blow away until the election?
Martin, I honestly don't believe that there's parliamentary seats up and down the land which are going to flip back to the Tories because of this. That simply ain't going to happen. I spend most of my time out on the doorstep. I mean, the wife insists I get out of the house and do it, but and I don't detect any of this. I mean, most of the people I'm saying they actually still see Angela for what she is, an absolutely authentic, genuine person. She's not a tax accountant. She's not a financial advisor. She's a working woman who's buying a house and she's moving in with her present husband. And if she owes £1,500, then let's have a whip round for her, because I'd like to get that out of the way.
OK, thanks for joining us in the studio. Stephen Pound, former Labour MP, great friend of the show. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.